Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the most important punch and my favorite punch, the jab. The jab can be used to control, to confuse, to hurt, and to set up all the other techniques. So we're going to discuss the mechanics of throwing a nice sharp jab that doesn't leave many defensive risks. It all starts with your good stance and then your feet. Your lead foot's pointed towards the target, rear foot out at 45, hips and knees are engaged so you're strong and connected to the ground. Good posture and hand in good position. I like to have my lead hand extend a little farther towards the target. My elbow doesn't come away from my ribs, but my hand is out in front of me. This makes it faster, takes less time to get to the target, and makes it harder to see. You sacrifice a little bit of power, but I don't value raw power in my jab as much as less visibility and more speed in getting to the target. Okay? So the mechanics for actually throwing the jab are very simple. It's just a little push off the back foot and a little rotation of the shoulders, and then the arm snaps out straight. That's all there is to it, but there's a lot of ways to mess it up. One of the easiest is to try to push yourself too hard into it. A lot of people try to get all this power in the jab by lunging into it, all right? Lunging too far into it. You'll notice my head comes forward when I do that. That's a big problem because it makes it real easy for someone to slip and come over the top with their right hand, to go under it and catch you with the uppercut, or even if they just throw a jab at the same time, it's going to snap your head back and knock you on your ass. You need to be able to do that push off your back foot without letting your head come forward. The way to do that is to push your lead knee forward. Check it out from the other angle. See how when my lead knee comes forward, or from this angle, when that happens, I'm in control of my weight. So even though my body's moving forward, I can spring off very quickly. If you compare that to me shooting my head forward, you see the difference in recovery time there? So when I let my lead knee come forward on the jab, that's when I get to recover very quickly and I stay in good balanced position. And I'm also more ready, because the lead knee is braced, to follow my next shot or keep moving forward. Okay? The next thing is the rotation. Again, my shoulders are turning into this, but I'm not doing it enough that's causing my lead foot to turn in or anything like that. A lot of people actually get taught to turn their lead foot in when they jab to try to get more reach on it. Yeah, it gives you a few more inches of reach, but first of all, if I need to shift my weight back to my left leg, I have to open the foot all the way back up. So let's say I want to follow with the right hand, I have to go all the way here. Let's say my opponent slips outside my jab, imagine them on the right side of my body, or they pivot out that way. Now I have to do this big movement to turn back and to face them, and they're going to catch me turning into them with all kinds of counters. Outside of just boxing, this exposes the back of my leg to low kicks that are going to buckle my knee. Exposes the back of my leg to knee taps if someone reaches down with the right hand, maybe cross faces. It exposes this side of my body where if someone ducks under and comes into a clinch, they take my back for free, and now I'm fighting them off. Okay? So I want that little shoulder rotation, and I shift the weight forward, but I don't want to exaggerate either one. I want to do anything like this. Nice balance and control. You'll notice I like to sit down on my jab a little bit. I change levels. This does a couple things. First of all, it helps get my shoulder in the path of any counters coming. Notice how my chin is held well behind my shoulder back there. Another thing, it lets me jab upwards at the target. Jabbing at that slight upward angle makes it a lot harder for someone to close distance on me. Because if they go to come low, the jab's coming up at them, and it makes people want to lean back, which sets up the overhand right a lot. You know, it sets up the left hook very well. It generally convinces the opponent to put themselves out of position, while keeping me in a nice lower position where I'm ready to defend takedowns. You know, I can move out of the way. I'm nice and connected to the ground. All right. I also need to make sure that my arm is shooting straight to the target. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they jab is they flare that elbow out before it comes. That just makes the punch really easy to see. It puts strain on the shoulder, and it makes you want to lift your jaw as you throw it because of the stretch. Keep your arm nice and tight. Bam, shoot it straight out to the target. Turn it over last second. A good way to practice that is just go against the wall. If you hit the wall, you're not jabbing correctly. If you can jab right next to a wall, right tight there, then you have a good clean jab.